Good morning, coffee moaners.
Good morning, coffee moaners. Welcome to our moaning paradise. If you love a good moan about the world, if you like news from the kitchen table with a little sprinkle of heart and soul into it and not just driven by some evil person above you.
We don't do moonies, we do moanies.
Moanies.
Yeah.
So please hit the subscribe button. We are just the two of us running this channel where we offer so much free content. It's actually insane. I can't believe how we've probably put 10,000 million videos up already since we started. We've also got a members area that you can check out for extra content, though don't know how you'd find the time with the amount of content we give for free.
On which note that we've got the No Name Sunday show on a Monday tonight.
8
live
o'clock.
At 8 o'clock.
So, today we've got a bit of a mix and match, haven't we?
We have. We're going to be talking about the Gaza airdrop lies, as we're calling them. Suddenly, Israel is dropping in a few punnets of aid into Gaza. Is this really meaningful, or is this just optics to keep the West at bay?
And Trump is pissed off with the starving people of Gaza, and we'll tell you about that.
Yeah.
He's very angry.
Sticking with the whole kind of Israel-Gaza crisis, Miriam Margolyes, is it Margolyes or Margolyes? There's a campaign to have her OBE stripped from her due to what's being described as her anti-Semitic comments about Israel. Then we're going to be talking about, and we've got skinny JABS wonder.
Yeah, so just a side effect that has been discovered with the skinny jabs, that's things like Mounjaro, Wegovy, I never know how to say that.
Wegovy, Wegovy, yeah.
Ozempic, some potentially good news around that. And also the Coldplay affair.
Yes. Quite a few kind of jokes and skits coming off of it. We're going to look at Gwyneth Paltrow's really curious advert for the company that they were both employees of. So we're going to look into that too. We've got other few bits and bobs. Obviously, the big news coming out of the weekend is the Lionesses. Who watched the Lionesses win the European Cup in a penalty shootout? I believe it was 3-1. We didn't. I didn't,
but my heart and soul was with them. I am the least sporty person you will ever meet, except I think I've fallen a bit in love with paddle.
Right, yes, paddle. Yeah. I don't think paddle's fallen in love with you necessarily. So obviously brilliant news. The Lionesses won. I've got some stills somewhere. Where are they? Here we go. No, the front pages of all the papers is carrying it this morning. Queen of Europe, the front of the eye paper. Daily Mail, above the now shut migrant protest hotel. Golden Girl Chloe fires Lionesses to Euro's glory. Next, a trip to the palace. The Han of God. Do you get it? Her name's Hannah, I think. And she saved the penalty that got us through. So huge excitement. And
can I just ask one thing? Because I don't know anything about football.
Yes.
So could this be classed as football's come home?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
but that never happens with the boys.
The World Cup and the European Championships are the two biggest international kind of stages.
So when it's the big ones, that's when you're trying to bring it home.
That's when they're trying to bring it home. And as Dina often says, the men can't bring it home. Yes, please.
What are they bringing home?
The trophy.
Oh,
it's coming home.
So
it's a reference to the title.
It's not their
and the
pride.
Trophy. Well, it can be metaphorical.
Because, I mean, do you remember who was it that asked the girls if they wanted advice last time? Do you remember the England team? It was like, yeah, they did, the boys. I don't think they need your advice because they've brought it home and you haven't brought it home.
They've brought it home, yeah. Reece says it was good, but the game was sloppy. When I looked, Spain were winning 1-0 for the first half and everything. The team's
what does that mean, the game was sloppy?
It wasn't a very good game.
Oh, it was boring. Maybe that's the trouble for me.
So I didn't hear much cheering. I was in a gym at the same time, and there wasn't much sort of activity. But yes, it's coming home as a reference to 1966 when we won the World Cup. And are we going to bring it back?
Yeah, we're bringing it back. We're bringing.
That's not.
They don't say
no, they don't say that. No.
Okay.
Anyway, so
well done, girls.
So well done, girls. That's all great news. And did I have something else I just wanted? Oh, here's some people as they won the penalty shootout.
They're really invested. Oh, look at that car. That is lovely. I love seeing the men so happy about it. It's really good. Thank you, good for saying how good is it.
I think it's really important. It's really refreshing how centre stage it's become. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
God,
it's,
absolutely, because they've had to do it against all odds.
wasn't there a controversy last week? Didn't some pundit sort of say that it was someone? I think someone phoned in LBC and said someone said something really sexist or something about it. Anyway, I think it's really, really good. I think it's really positive news, and I think they're all going to be invited to Downing Street. And my God, this government needs distraction.
God Almighty! If I was them, I'd say no, thank you very much. Don't try and use me to make yourselves look better.
I think Starmer's trying to avoid this fact. 500,000 and more have signed up to your party in 3 days. Now,
right.
This is very...
Have you signed up, guys?
Have you signed up? This is very exciting. Now, of course, my concern is that what is the concentration of those 500,000? Because as we know, the democratic process in this country is across the region. And so my worry is that 500,000 will all be in London, which means nothing's going to fucking change politically, democratically. But hey, there's camaraderie and solidarity, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't sign up in principle. I'm so excited about your party, not our party, that's the name of it, your party. So what should we start with? Should we start with...
look, quite a few people here have signed up.
Oh, good. Can we talk about Lucy Bronze? We did the whole tournament on with a broken tibia. How do you do that?
A tibia?
Isn't the tibia...
Isn't that the bit at the front?
Is that your arm?
If you can't...
Or was that your shin? She can't have done it with a broken shin.
Where's your tibia?
Is your tibia your
tibia.
shin?
Your knee bones connected to your thigh bones connected to your hip bone. To your
shin bone. It is a shin bone, mate.
There you go, I told you.
Fucking yeah, it's like that goalkeeper years ago played the whole match with a broken neck.
How can you play with it's like ballet dancers when they break a foot and then they go on.
Oh my God.
I just think that's unnecessary.
Have you ever heard of ballet dancers?
I'm sorry, I've got a broken foot.
Yeah, no. I can't do it.
I would, but I've got a broken
I can't do it. Yeah, so I'm going to show you some footage. This is footage of an airdrop happening. The Jordanian army or Air Force have been airdropping into Gaza. This is, we've seen the images of starvation. I edited a reel last night, just pulling together some of the more recent, just atrocious, apocalyptic, Armageddon-like images of Palestinians who have been they haven't been, because I'm hesitating saying humiliated, but Israel have sought to humiliate the Palestinians and
all their lives.
And so the starvation, famine, I think yesterday 133 deaths now from famine, 90,000 people at risk of imminent death from famine,
because they are at stage 5 of malnutrition. And talking to the doctors at Children Not Numbers, all these children that we're seeing now, their fate is sealed. Those were the exact direct quote, wasn't it, from Dr.
Do check out Nadia. Nadia posted an Instagram post about it with a voice note from the doctor.
Because I went to see the Miscellaneous exhibition on Friday, and I was chatting to some doctors there, and they were saying what people don't understand is that refeeding syndrome is petrifying. Like dangerous. You can't take people that are starving and then just give them food, because what happens is all kinds of things happen first, but then the cells literally explode in the body. And the doctor that we were talking to, likened it to when you have an anorexic child or person and they've starved, been on 500 calories or less, and then they come into hospital, and she said the fine tuning to make sure the potassium, the sodium, calcium are all, aligned, and then the gentle feeding and introduction, because otherwise, bang. Is it a bit like, I think, with the marathon, isn't it? When people are like thirsty and then they drink a whole load of water and they die instantly. It happens nearly every marathon.
Yeah, I mean, the human body can't cope with a sudden influx of certainly the wrong food.
The body can't process it. There were some really horrific things that happened to the body, and it's going to happen to these children. So I came home having had these chats and said to Mark and as I walked in, Mark said to me, "Oh my God, have you seen what Netanyahu has said?" He said, right, other countries, if you so want to feed them, we're going to allow you to do food drops. And I was like, you're kidding. Because when I was chatting to the doctors, I was saying, so that could be like another solution, is if you suddenly give the Gazans loads of food, they're starving. There's no doctors, there's no balancing their salts and sugars. They're going to eat. And it just seemed so weird that as I walked in, he said that they let the food
Well,
drop.
and at that point on Friday, I did a post on it. I was so
Another
riven with
weapon.
fury. I did a post on it before it had actually been confirmed. It was being mooted. And yeah, you're right, Netanyahu, and that sort of, very sort of
Just drop
arrogant.
the
Oh, well,
food
if
then.
you absolutely feel the need, do it. Hang on, open all the fucking gates, mate.
And
let
meanwhile,
the trucks in.
Meanwhile, in the borders, the settlers were putting their children, a bit like human shields,
Yes.
in front of the trucks, the food trucks that could get in there ASAP and feed them, putting their children in front of them.
So the important message that we need to get out is this airdrop and aid drop that Starmer, not surprisingly, has signed up to quickly. This is all about optics. This is all about PR. This is all about being able to telegraph to the media a message of we're doing something. The fact that they're not doing anything fundamentally about Israel's prevention of any aid actually getting in, the prevention of the experts needed on the ground to administer food. We're in a situation where food needs to be administered like medicine. It can't just be handed. So now imagine that you have crates.
People are saying, and flour, and no water, no clean water.
So pallets falling from the
gas.
sky into increasingly concentrated populations in and of itself is dangerous. Apparently a family was injured. I think there's already been some deaths from some of the pallets that have dropped. Then you have, and this is the part of it that I think is the most evil because Israel knows this. Then you have some of the images I posted last night, an absolute frenzy of desperation as people seek to get into those pallets. Not surprising. Now, Israel would have you think, and I'm sure Trump would have you think, savages. Look how uncouth and how desperate.
Because that's the word he always uses for them.
Yeah.
So now he can get shots of them looking like savages.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to show you footage. This is just footage of the Daily Mail.
Oh, Daily Mail. Oh, wow. They're dropping food. Oh, my God. Tell you what, one person says to me, and I'm out and about at work or whatever. Oh, but wasn't there food drop now? I don't know how I'll cope.
But that's why they've done it, so that people will turn around and say, oh, but we've seen it. We've seen them going in. Look at this. Look at that title there. Did you see that?
Yep.
No, what it actually said was
filing towards Gaza.
Towards Gaza. Not let in.
Won't be let in.
Filing
They will not be let in.
And this is all because
man-made famine. The place is razed to the ground. That's why there's no food.
This must be so galling for the United Nations because Israel is actually blaming the United Nations for not administering the food. And as the UN turned around and said, but you won't fucking let us.
It's unbelievable.
So the requirements and the requests from the UN have been unanswered and not acted on. So, but go back to, do you remember when Netanyahu, what was the line Netanyahu said to his ministers when he had to, our allies need to see us doing something. It's not looking good.
No, that was like, he made a statement to the Knesset and to the people. I'm really sorry, we've got to let in some food. Our friends in the Senate have said to us, we cannot have images of starving people coming out.
No.
So is this just enough food?
So this will be, that's what this is. This will be just enough. And
to satisfy the American
all
senators.
Aid agencies are saying that this is in no way, shape or form enough. I think 75 aid trucks have got in total, which falls way short of what they needed. Generally, it's the drop in the ocean is extraordinary, and of course,
it's meaningless.
Once they've got the headlines that show that some aid's going in, let's watch what then happens to the aid again. Because
as Clodagh says, it's just another tool. It's a weapon. It's a weapon.
Yeah.
This food aid is a weapon. It's a PR stunt. Even as it lands, it kills people. It's torturous, this next stage now.
The doctor that you posted the audio from said this: unfortunately, everyone fell into the trap of aid. We said what's happening is just a media bubble aimed at easing global pressure, lifting the blockade and allowing aid in. So we say no real aid entered, and what did come in doesn't even meet 1% of the needs of the people in Gaza. Fewer than 30 trucks, and they ended without security, so they were looted. Okay, so, this is just another form of punishment.
Lots of people asking if we've seen the Geldof.
Yes, I mean, some people pushing back saying it was interesting that it happened on the day. Was it an anniversary day or something of Live Aid or something? And I mean,
listen,
I don't know how I feel about this.
I think I've managed to work out how I feel, and
Right.
it has taken ages for me to work out how I feel. If big voices that have spoken up for children before, but not these children, speak now, I will amplify them. I will post about them. I will not celebrate them, but I need their voice. We all need their voice. And this cannot be about us and our ego. Oh, well, that person's pissed me off. I don't want to hear now what they've got to say. No, don't buy their records. Don't do all of that. But we need those voices, because whether we like it or not, this is a world where celebrity and the wealthy are the people that shift things.
Well, on that note,
so David Beckham, as an ambassador for UNICEF, has not said a single word about these children.
Sharon
Not
Carter,
a single
Beckham?
word. So if he comes out now and posts something, I'm going to put it on my feed. But I will never, ever put a penny in whatever way that is into his pocket. So, that's what I'll do. But we mustn't knock them when they speak out. Save that for later, because we need to amplify voices. There are 90,000 people that are on stage 5, aren't they, of malnutrition?
I think also it's a tricky one, this, because I felt taken to the absolute edge over the weekend, where I feel that there's some gesture politics going on, where stories, and they're hiding in their stories, but also even when posting something in their stories, it's not directly about Gaza. It has to be about children as a whole.
Children all over the world.
And then that's why I lost my shit when I then posted the footage, a couple of posts yesterday, about the men of. We've got to such a place now where it's only safe to talk about innocent children. That's the only safe space that people can step towards.
Don't think about the women, the men,
or the men,
the teenagers. Ooh. Teenagers could be Hamas. Shut up now. Shut up.
So in the spirit, so it's a tricky one, because on the one hand, if one attacks too much or too forcibly these major celebs who are coming out and saying stuff, it could make others less likely to actually step in the right direction. Ariana Grande has posted part of the red line for Gaza. Grammy winner Ariana Grande condemns Israel's starvation of Gaza. A lot of celebs are posting.
Is that on her feed or in her stories?
I think it might be in her.
This stories thing I find so interesting, because it's like, could we just like stop killing all children in all the world?
And then 24 hours, that's gone. Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one. It's frustrating as hell.
If you've never spoken about any other children, if you've never spoken out about any politics in any way, fine. But if you have, why not these ones?
Absolutely. Okay, sticking with the topic of Gaza, Miriam Margolyes. Sorry.
Just read Ellen. I literally feel like this is a nightmare I'm having, and no one else knows. Sweetheart. Well, that's why I thank God for our solidarity here, for solidarity in the marches, our solidarity. Go and see the Miss Anne Harriman exhibition. Honestly, Dina and I popped in, and we spoke to loads of people. They came in and out. Miss Anne's out the front smoking his cigar. You have a chat with him. We had hugs with people. It was just so special. And you will feel the solidarity. He said most people, when they go in there, are having a good cry, actually.
Yeah,
it's like it's become a little bit like almost like a church, like a little Mecca.
A temple.
Yeah.
Oceanic Therapy London saw Paloma Faith's call out of David Beckham at a rally. Really powerful.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Victoria Moore, well, hate to tell you, I'm 34. A lot of people my age and younger don't give a shit or know who Bob Geldof is. Where is Ronaldo, Beyonce?
Well, exactly, Victoria. So whoever your gods were, as Miss Anne calls them now, false idols, whoever they were, you tag them in on posts and say, without anger, because we want to encourage people to talk, yeah.
Okay, Miriam Margolyes. Miriam Margolyes. She's a firebrand. She's a national treasure. She's a comic genius. I mean, I have to confess, she's crude.
She's fantastic. My dad's done a couple of films with her. A few months ago, she came on Loose Women, and we did the whole interview. And then at the end, she went, "Oh, but we didn't talk about your dad. I was like, I don't think anyone would have been interested.
that's so
but
cute.
she's like, she's so in herself. She didn't give a shit. She does not give a shit.
So here we go. So this is the Telegraph reporting that Miriam Margolyes' OBE should be stripped, says anti-Semitism group. This is off the back of her post. Nadia reposted it. Nadia was a bit concerned about us. I'm going to play it, and if it causes any problems, we will probably have to cut it from the live. But I'm going to play the clip that she is alleged to have been anti-Semitic in.
Issue.
Gaza. I feel it particularly because I'm Jewish, because I know how much wickedness and cruelty were meted out to Jews in my lifetime. I was born in 1941 at the height of the Holocaust. And I cannot bear to think that my people are doing exactly the same thing to another nation. And the nation that they're doing it to, the Palestinian nation, was not responsible for the Holocaust, had nothing to do with it. That was a purely European pleasure. And so my heart is broken, and I think the terrible thing I have to face is that Hitler won. He changed us. He made us like him.
I think what she's, can I just quickly say, I think very much what she's talking about in that end quote there is that phrase that's used a lot around abuse, which is hurt people, hurt people. And I think there is an aspect of that in what she's saying.
But I think more than being called out for being anti-Semitic, I think the thing is here, this is about Zionism. It's not about being Jewish, is it? It's about being, Zionism is an ideology, and that ideology dictates that that land is taken because it was there 3,000 years ago, and out of that has become all this brutality, this genocide, this ethnic cleansing that's been going on for absolutely decades. And so I think that some many Jewish people would take offense at that, because they would want her, I think, probably to say Zionism rather than
Well,
Judaism.
That's exactly what people have taken offense with. So the campaign against anti-Semitism, which we've talked about several times here, and I do just want to say, I think that there's a real danger, and I think there's evidence that criticism of Israel is being lumped into anti-Semitism, accusations of anti-Semitism. That's happened from the get-go. That's happened for decades. They're two completely distinct things.
That's how everyone's been controlled.
That is how, and that's not to say, really important point, that's not to say that anti-Semitism hasn't increased, and that if you had an anti-Semitic thought or you kept it secret, that this whole conflict perhaps would encourage you to kind of verbalize it and let it come out from the dark.
An increase in Islamophobia, big time. Look at the way people are being treated in America. Very, very scary to be a Muslim in America with that particular government.
So this campaign against anti-Semitism has called for Miriam Margolyes to be stripped of her OBE. So obviously we've heard what she said. A spokesman for the campaign against anti-Semitism said it wanted the actress to be stripped. The group added that the comparison between Nazi Germany and Jews was racist bilge. They then say this, which I think is a really quite worrying statement. This is a quote from the campaign against anti-Semitism. They said, "This must be the end of the road for Miriam Margolyes. The fact she was born Jewish does not give her a license to use her immense platform to spread anti-Jewish venom. We will be writing to the Honours Forfeiture Committee to ask that her OBE be removed." Now, my worry with that is that saying this must be the end of the road for her really kind of means that the campaign for anti-Semitism falls into a trap that in and of itself is an anti-Semitic trope, which is that they can somehow reach around the back and do something to affect her career, her life, her welfare. That is in and of itself directly and personally threatening to Miriam Margolyes. This should be the end of the road for her. She wasn't saying that of anyone or anything. I think the heinous crime in this is the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism's statement, which is directly threatening. And I think we should all start a petition against the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, because that is a direct call to, that's an incendiary statement.
But having watched it again, I can understand, you know, there are many, many Jews, there are millions of Jews that do not agree.
No, absolutely.
So in a way,
she's one of them.
She's accidentally, I think, conflated. I think probably what she meant was Zionism, didn't she? Like watching it again, I heard Zionism when I first watched it.
Does she not? But that's
now
like
I'm
saying
hearing Judaism.
But that's a little bit like the Labour Party telling Diane Abbott she's not allowed to tell us her experience of being black.
Yeah.
This is Miriam Margolyes' experience of being Jewish.
Yeah.
If you're Jewish, do you not have a right to talk about your sense of Jewishness?
Well, you absolutely do. But I'm just saying that's what I could see. Like if I were Jewish and very much against and heartbroken by what I was witnessing happening in Israel, I would have wanted Miriam to say Zionism.
And what do you make of the line, "This should be the end of the road" for?
Well, what does that mean? How dare you? Who are you? End of the road in what? What, end of the road of her career, her life, or what? I mean, it's a very, I would find that a very threatening thing.
It's
that was said about
inflammatory, entirely inflammatory, and could be a call to some kind of action. I think that, and what's odd about it is it kind of falls into the trap of an anti-Semitic trope we're all trying to do away with, which is the idea that the Israeli lobby and Zionist groups somehow have some sway on organizations and sectors in society.
You know, you mustn't say that, and yet it sounds like a call out.
Yeah, absolutely. So
wow,
hoisted by your own petard, I think.
What it looks like so much now is that the Israeli government and the Israeli PR people, I'm not talking about this group because I don't know really who they are, but you know, are literally trying to put their fingers in 1,000 holes. Yes. The water is coming through the dam, and it sounds more and more pathetic all the time. Yesterday, our dear little Lord Trumpton, when asked what he thought about the starvation situation in Gaza, do you know what he said? Do you know what? We gave them, what was it? 64 million? $64 million worth of food. Haven't got a thank you yet.
Do you know why?
It was so chilling.
Do you know what someone should have said? The reason you haven't had a thank you yet is journalists aren't allowed in. There's no Wi-Fi.
He's such a moron.
And who would send it?
It's so ludicrous. Such a ludicrous statement.
I just want to share this comment finally before we move on from this. But PhD Pickles, she is personally talking about navigating her own Jewishness, which I think is incredibly challenging for so many anti-Zionist Jews. You're being pulled in all these directions. Absolutely.
I don't know. Hang on. I want to think about that. It's incredibly challenging for many anti-Zionist Jews.
Navigating her own identity and sense of Jewishness. I think it's an incredibly difficult
do you
time.
mean in that it feels like it's been hijacked by Zionism?
So, yeah.
Right, yes. Yes, it must be so hard. Because that anti-Semitism that is on the rise is about anti-Zionism. And that's why it's just so important that we keep talking about the difference here. They are two different bloody things.
Can I just say there's anti-Netanyahuism.
Yeah.
I think that should be a new one.
Anti-settleism.
It's like if I was alongside Netanyahu, the one thing I'd like to say, you know what? You keep banging on about anti-Semitism, anti-Israel, anti-Zion. Do you know what? Everyone just fucking hates you.
Yeah, what a vile,
You're a fucking nasty piece of work. So just get out of the room.
Get out.
Okay, moving on. Let's. I just want to, just as we move towards, we're going to move towards.
Oh, look at that, Rachel Thomas. I've fallen out with my American friend from over 30 years over Trump and Gaza. It's pretty heartbreaking. No going back after the revelation of how she sees this.
This has split friendships. This really has split families. This has split people. This really has. I mean, yeah, it really has.
Weighs heavy, doesn't it, on our hearts and souls? But listen, then you go into a solidarity situation and you're rejuvenated, and the humanity that you hear and you see and you share with. At the end of the day, I said this to Miss Anne on Friday. I said, out the midst of all this horror, I have a stronger sense of the brilliance of humanity, not a lesser sense.
Yeah,
because the majority are against this. Let's not forget that.
And that's what we need to take from the over 500,000 people signing up.
Yeah, that is a sign.
Yeah, galvanizing. Okay, let's do Monjaro. Skinny jabs. And is this a new discovery, or is this just something that's got a headline today? Because I seem to remember talking about how skinny jabs have a potentially positive impact on other areas of their lives.
So basically, this is an article today in the Mail. It's a woman who during the pandemic, like many people, started to drink. She'd never drunk at home before, and her drinking really escalated. Eating went a bit haywire. She put on a lot of weight, and long story short, she went on Monjaro. I think it's Monjaro, and had the side effect, which I have to say, everybody that I know that is on a weight loss drug has had exactly the same effect.
And it's
where they just go, I just don't really want to drink. You know, I've got a lot of friends that take it. Dina's so funny because her friends that are on it, she just don't want to drink anymore. I'm like, no, but that was good because she was really overweight and it was bad for her health.
Do you think it's because
and her cholesterol's gone down to such and such? My thing is, so anyway, to stick with the addiction, it appears that what it does, it suppresses the dopamine that is released when going for any kind of addictive behavior. So whether that's gambling, booze, whatever. So there is a possibility they need to, apparently this is already being used in America for alcohol addiction. Right. But imagine if you could just have something that took away the craving.
Well, I mean, I don't have I agree. I mean, it's an interesting one for anyone who doesn't know, I'm 20 years sober, 21 years this October. And it's interesting because I said last night, you're never going to solve the psychologicals of someone who is an addict or an addict of anything. You know, often it could be food that spills to alcohol or spills to drugs. But I think for huge swathes of people who know that they just drink too much and would rather not, this is an absolute boom.
Well, as I say, in America, they're already using it, but it's going to need large, widespread tests.
Well, it does because I've also read reports of all sorts of people having issues with pancreatitis from all of these skinny jabs as well.
Well, I mean, the thing is, let's not call them skinny jabs because I find that really not good.
Yes,
I think it's like I know it
takes the edge off having sex. Sorry,
maybe I know people that have used. I think different ones. I think maybe somebody that I know is using Wegovy and the other person using Manjaro, and it's changed their lives. Okay. So, you know, a friend of mine at work the other day was actually saying they're so frustrated with their father-in-law because he's so overweight and he's binge eating and he's got all sorts of things going. He's just about to be diabetic. And he says, well, I'm not taking that unless you can do it properly, then I'm not going to do it. And it's like, well, but you are then going to increase your risk of diabetes, of this, of that. You know, I don't judge anyone on the way that they choose to lose weight. And do you know why? Because I know how fucking hard it is. It's not just a case of eat less and move more. And because I've seen, and we've been on quite a journey with this, haven't we? Did we at the beginning, right at the very beginning, when we were hearing things about skinny jabs? Do you remember? And it was like, I was just like, what is this?
Well, I started to talk about the idea. I mean, I must admit, I've kind of become more sort of ambivalent about the whole thing because at first I thought, no, this is cheating. This is, and when I said that, it wasn't about dealing with extreme cases of obesity. I was thinking, oh, just to do it, just to look better, and then a part of me was trying to work out, am I just a little bit jealous that actually there's actually a way of doing it quite easily, you know? So
I think that I think it's up to people how they lose weight. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do. Just like somebody might give up alcohol. Some people would say the last thing I would do is go to rehab. Other people would say absolutely it's the only way. Some people would say, you know, because I do see food as something that you can be addicted to. Why not? It's one of the first pleasure centers that's lit up in our brain. Sweet breast milk, you know, sweet, boom, addiction kicked off, you know, so why wouldn't it be very difficult to wean yourself off overeating? Everyone understands it with alcohol and drugs and everything. They all understand it there, but people don't have the sympathy when it comes to food. Yeah,
and I think it can only be a potentially positive byproduct. I don't think any form of medication necessarily is the right solution for profound addiction or alcoholism. You've got to deal with what is going on in the head. But I think for like people like Dina's friends that she's talked about, there's a huge number of people who just drink a bit too much and want to get more control on it. I mean, we've talked to various people that we know about controlling their drinking. They did what was it, Sober January or whatever, and then they wanted to pause. So again, it could be, I guess this could be something that could be used as a tool in part of your toolkit.
Somebody there saying, but you lose muscle mass that can't regain. But only if you don't exercise.
Yeah, you can exercise.
And if you just have, if you don't do it properly, if you buy it on like the dark web without getting any help, and then you're not having, a good amount of food, you still need to eat. Nobody cannot. I mean, people have been doing this since time began. Do you remember years ago when celebrities were eating cotton balls soaked in bloody orange juice to keep themselves?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, yeah. So women and men, not so much men, have been harming themselves for years. And the thing is, if you are heading toward diabetes and you have tried everything, that is the most insidious of diseases. It just attacks everything. So,
well, here's a good example. Stuart G says, I have osteoarthritis and I've put weight on simply because it hurts to exercise. Sometimes that's a really important point. If you're carrying too much weight, exercise isn't a solution, because actually it can be really dangerous. Yeah, and you need to reducing. And I wonder whether it could be used to kind of get you to a place where then you are lighter and you can quite literally. I mean, when I've put on weight and I do a run, oh my God, when I've lost some weight, that run on the knees, you just don't feel it in the knees in the same way. So you can actually exercise more.
It's like sometimes when I've said I think a really for 4 or 5 days can sometimes be an excellent idea. But, oh my God, how could you say that? I thought that I said, because sometimes you need that, like, I mean, I wouldn't do it now, but you need that, you need that belief that you can lose weight. Yeah. And so lots of people, whichever one of these, jabs they're using, have said, it's got me there. And then I believe, and now I'm exercising more, I'm not drinking as much, I'm more motivated, I'm consistent. And the thing is, another reason why that is very useful in the future is the NHS can't cope with the strokes and heart attacks and diabetes and all these things that come from obesity. So we'll see. Of course, in America, they're already using it.
Yes. Yeah. No, absolutely.
For alcohol.
Losing weight quickly, Dr. Woozle, is problematic. Saggy skin, slip discs are amongst the problems. Better to lose it over a longer period of time. But
again, what I've understood from my friends that use it and that are using it well, I know one person that hasn't used it well at all and totally starved themselves and everything bad has happened. But my friends that have used it well and who are exercising and eating well look fantastic, and they're losing weight slowly. Wow. And they've tried everything before and they haven't. Wow. So.
Okay, well, we're going to go towards the Coldplay HR affair story. And this is, Nadia found this letter, didn't you, online?
Good for you, Karina.
Nadia found a letter that she read out. She's like, oh my God, look at this. This is the letter from the wife of the CEO. So let's just company.
So listen to this, and I was like blown away. It's come to my attention, and apparently to the attention of half the internet, that my husband, Andrew Byron, Andrew Byron, has made certain choices, public ones, under stadium lights during a Coldplay concert, a venue not typically associated with infidelity, but here we are. Let me be perfectly clear. I am not issuing this statement in defense nor in heartbreak. I am issuing it in power. Love that bit. In precision, in silk gloves and sharpened wit. I will not be engaging in performative forgiveness, nor am I interested in the optics of grace. What Andy has done is not just humiliating, it's banal, common. A man of ambition brought down by his own astonishing lack of imagination. I have retained counsel. I have reviewed holdings. I have allocated what was once ours into what is now very clearly mine. I am not spiraling. I am not ascending. I am ascending. And while Andy may have quoted Coldplay in his statement, I will simply say, when the lights went out, I saw everything clearly. To those who expect tears, I don't cry for clowns. I schedule. I document. I rebuild. This is not revenge. It is refinement. And he will feel it in the silence that follows. Oh,
Can I just say, I don't want to piss on anyone's parade, but Reese Roberts asks, is this legitimate?
It's based on a true story. So I thought it was real, but it's not real. But isn't it fantastic?
That would be great, wouldn't it, if it was?
I was in the rosy glow of it being the truth for quite a while.
I mean, have you double-checked? Have you cross-referenced? I mean, the papers would be running that story.
It'd be everywhere.
Yeah, it would be everywhere, absolutely. I'm going to show you, I just want to share this thought.
Oh, no, not a thought.
The atoms in your body are billions of years old. They are not yours. They've existed as long as life itself. You're just the latest assembly.
Can't kill energy. We don't go anywhere.
Frazzles your brain, that one. And I just want to show you this astonishing clip. It's not funny, but it's a shocking clip of a food stall. I believe it's in Thailand. Check this out, Ned. Nice cake, please.
ตั้งตรงไหน
โอนไม่ได้ไม่ได้
ถ้ามีเงินสดไม่ต้องเราจะก่อนเดี๋ยวโอนได้
That's just like the feeling. It's squid rotten mark. I need a fight on. น่านวลใช่ไหมได้ครับได้หรอกพี่I love it. I love it. Where does it watch Coldplay? All the men are in buying. It's usually when just come on, get on. It's like when the pan's really hot, we put our hands straight in. We are made of stronger stuff. No, but I have to share the bee lady. Have I shared her yet on here?
I don't know if you have.
She doesn't wear any of the costume.
Right, the bees.
She just has the thick bees all over her. And she's, I mean, like serious. Like she'll be taking hives out of walls.
Wow,
and
it's
she's
amazing.
Gorgeous, and she's in shorts and a tank.
I mean, do you remember in the 70s there would always be a man with a bee beard?
Yeah.
Would he lather himself with honey? I think
Probably.
He would, wouldn't he? There'd just always be photographs. You'd be like, how do they do that?
Bee whisperer. Yeah, she's a bee whisperer.
Reese
Have you seen her?
Reese says, as someone who's been to that region can confirm that standard. I couldn't bring myself to try those foods, but my friends did. I wonder if you ever get a wasp in the cake.
Where was it?
I think it was Thailand, or it might have been Indonesia.
Hang on, let me see if I can find the bee. Was that the name of the woman, bee whisperer?
Just whilst Nadia's finding that, I'm just going to show you images of Ellen DeGeneres's pad in the Cotswolds. I don't know why.
Oh, I hate it.
Look.
It made me feel sick.
Look at this.
I said it's gross. It's
carved into the hills of an 100-acre farm.
Did you see how much it is?
18 million? Let's go back. $18 million Cotswolds home. And look, you go in, I just think it's soulless. It's like a canteen in a college.
It's just horrible. And that's the Cotswolds.
Every room is soaked in natural light.
Oh, God. You mean you've got big windows? Come on, don't big yourself up.
I don't know
well,
why.
Look, there's a man with bees on his...
Oh, there you go.
But that's what you were after.
Bee beard.
But what do you think of that, guys? Soulless, horrible.
Soulless, horrible place. I mean, my God, you just rattle around in there. It's like a scene from Ex Machina, the film, isn't it? It's like the place where he's designing AI. Oh, it's like sinister.
Look. Oh, look, this is one of her.
You took it forward. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at her hand. Oh, can you see that? Oh, God almighty. She must be getting stung.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, don't.
It's because she goes with nature. It's like when you start running and screaming and flapping about, if you just stay still.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. This is it.
Let me show you.
Look at her pulling up the floor. Look at her. She's just the coolest chick.
I'll say that to you the next time we're in a field with cows. It's just nature. Okay, it's Julie Everts' birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Julie Everts. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, guys, as we said, 8 o'clock tonight, the No Name Sunday show.
Yeah, and please do hit that subscribe button. Please share the bits about Gaza. We need to keep talk to your friends. If somebody says, oh, isn't it all right now? There was the food. Say, no, oh, God, no, it's not. It's worse. It's actually part of the weapons. It's a new weapon.
And also on the Handler, the flotilla, the ship that we were covering on Saturday night, not very much has been heard from there other than the Brazilian activist. I forget his name. Is it Theo? I forget his name. But he posted saying 12 hours ago, the crew members had been denied legal representation by the Israeli government. So we're still waiting for first images and first news.
Do you know what? Just that bit when they jumped on with their guns is so.
Oh, it's so chilling. But what about the woman? What about the woman?
She gave them a bollocking.
She gave them a bollocking on the thing, you know, calling out what international law is.
Yeah.
So guys, anyway, have a lovely day. Stay safe.
See you at 8 if you're a member.
Yeah. See you later.